Aftershocks. Is it good or is it bad? Well, let me just answer it right now. It fucking sucks. I'm just kidding. After playing through the Aftershocks DLC 3 to 4 times, I had to do it an extra time for this recording. I think it's safe to say that it definitely delivered when it came to the new content, but that's not to say it doesn't come with its own downsides.
Die. I rip your head off.
But before we talk about the bugs and the oopsie poopsies, let's talk about the good stuff first. The good stuff. When you first start the Aftershocks DLC, you open up the game and then suddenly you get this radio call about this dude who got his legs chopped off. That is, if you left it off on the same station as Casey would normally broadcast from. My first time through, I completely missed it because I was like 100 days in and I had switched it from that channel forever ago so I can constantly get the cache updates. I guess it might be better for those who have just completed the story, because you're not going to change from Casey's little station until after you get back at the very least. So when I first started off, I just, what the fuck, how do I start this game? How do I start the DLC? So I just messed around with the channels, I turned it around and eventually was like, alright, new mission, bitch. Go get them motherfucking caches, bro. Continuing the good stuff. First arriving and seeing the new trap was great. They like spawned in a little walker and it would walk into it and it would go, you know what I'm saying? It would like fucking go explode. I like how it kind of teases you on what's coming up next, especially because this is the level where you have to go through this maze of explosives and shit. It's really crazy. I really hope during the next update they do that they add similar missions like this. I thought it was fucking great to crawl around like a little spy and not trip any wires and literally die. I think it's also important to note, this DLC is fucking hard. I've died more times during this DLC than I have during the entire main game, and despite its low fucking bar of like 1 death, I think I managed to die 5, maybe 10 times, and I think that's on one specific mission that I will get to later. During the second mission, I love returning to Rampart. It's literally everybody's favorite place, and if you disagree, then I don't know. I don't know. I like how they set up this little camp and proceeded to put the most useless traps ever. It's also the first mission where the cache is just not fucking there. During the mission, you find out they moved it to a more discreet location, and where would that be, you might ask? Well, the library, of course. There's also a note about this, like, Axeman or Skinner. Saints and Sinners, devs, please, make this character a boss. Please, I think it'd be so fucking cool if the next DLC we fight this character on the top of the tower map, if we even get one. I think it'd be cool if we could, like, fight them there, but, yeah, you know what I mean, yeah. Anyways, after you get out, you have some more enemy groups there. Not too difficult. I fucked up once because I wasn't the most prepared to fight them, but eventually I got that cache. I love that each one of them has some sort of collectible thing, although I don't count this information folder thing as one, for a few reasons. 1, because it's found in the worst level in the entire game. 2, it is just a folder. It gives you nothing other than that. At least on the Quest 2 version, it just shows nothing on the Quest 2 version. I don't understand the point of having that folder if it gives you no info or lore. It's just like, here, take this file folder as a trophy. Wow, thank you. The third mission's alright. You run through the ward, kill some enemies, find the cache in that one room I barely ever visited, then boom, suddenly there's a ton of enemies out there waiting for you. Nothing too crazy there, but the fourth mission, that's kinda cool. You have to go get an explosive to break open a locked door, which I'm pretty sure most people either forgot or didn't even know you could do in this game because of the small amount of times you actually do it. After exploding the door open, you get more explosives. Oh, what a fucking get! Whoa, funny story about these bombs. I'm absolutely fucking terrified of these things. Every time I'd go to put them away or use them, I'm always kind of fucking slow about it, and that's because of the fucking trial. I like the trial, but every time I go to use them or something, I'd end up like one hit, no matter the distance or health, a couple times I've edited really good runs, all because my fingers slipped and the can fell like 2 feet off the ground and it went and it killed me. And I did that multiple times. Like, it wasn't just a one time I messed up. No, every single time pretty much. So many times I was every time I pick one up, I'm always afraid to drop it like fucking 2 inches from the ground because I think it's gonna explode. Now, you might be saying, hey, Punchy, Tech, whatever the fuck your name is, why don't you just not use them? And to that I say, do I sound like the kind of person to listen to helpful and insightful advice? Of course not, which is why I'm still gonna use them.
Also, cause Ken go boom.
The 5th mission is probably one of my favorites. Despite me being an actual idiot, I had a lot of fun trying to figure out. It's like this UV puzzle thing, and you just flash it everywhere and you kind of just follow the hints they give. Although I did have to chicken out and ask for some help through Reddit. Thank you, Mr. Reddit Man. Using the new UV blacklight thing was really fun. I really hope to use it more in the future updates. Just an FYI, for those who haven't beaten this yet, you can literally just walk over and grab it, then leave, since it's in the box right where you spawn. Okay, this next mission, I hate. So I will talk about it more during the criticism section. I think the concept of a whole back alley war thing is super interesting, but I hope they fix the issues for next time. After coming home from that mission, you hear some rustling, and all of a sudden you see these groups of people stealing your fucking shit. When I first experienced this, I was super surprised. The only other time your home has ever been in danger was that rare event during where people would be stationed at your base. I think I love these kinds of events. I really hope they either add more or add more random events, I guess. After you chase them through the catacombs and kill them, this guy named Mel comes and gives you your only way to sleep and the locations of your other lost loot. The first of which is stored near the start of the cemetery, in other words, where you started the game at. Now, the section where you have to get your shit back is such a super cool idea. When I first played this mission, I was legitimately pissed. They stole my shit. I couldn't even fucking craft food. It was awful. So once I arrived, there were 2 tower members that walked in. I fucking shot them dead immediately. Tower patrolling on the right outside, shot dead too. I wasn't playing, dude. This was essentially a Doom level where you just don't fuck around. I spent my time making sure everyone was dead because that's what they deserve from stealing from me. Don't they know? I'm the main character. I decide if they live or die. Oh jeez, maybe I'm the Skinner axe murderer. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyways, the final mission involves these keys that you collect throughout the DLC. This whole secret bunker thing is super cool. But what isn't cool is how it ends. The bad. Let's start off with the ending. I know it's supposed to be in like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? But honestly, I just felt a little disappointed. Friday Night Funkin' blue-balled if you feel so inclined.
I hope you're not some internet streamer screaming like a sociopath right now.
All this crazy stuff happens leading up to the secret bunker opening. You climb down, then it just ends. Nothing else. You get some items, I guess, a little teaser for what could be next, then that's it. I feel they could have ended it better. Maybe a meeting with the owner of the bunker. Probably not in person, because it'd be dumb if we could kill them then and there, and it'd also be dumb if we couldn't. So maybe some radio talk from them, like maybe a threat or something. They seem to do something similar at your base, saying stuff like, see you soon. Comment down below the ending you'd like to see. Thanks, bye. My hope is they don't tease this character, then just like never bring them up again. I really doubt they would, but I also can't help but worry for such a cool concept. Now let's talk about that level real quick. The 6th mission fucking sucks! I hate it. The idea of this small war over the reserve caches is really cool. What is not cool is the respawning enemies. I want to get all the loot, but I can't get all the loot if every minute a new dude spawns and starts attacking me. By the 3rd playthrough, I was able to make it through without dying more than once or twice. But my first playthrough of it was awful. I died probably like 5 times, which isn't crazy bad, but it's super annoying. I think the problem is no matter what you do, they keep spawning. I think what should happen is, if you take out everyone in the house, they should stop spawning. But they don't. They keep spawning, no matter what. It's certainly intense, which I'm guessing was the goal, but it felt more annoying than it was intense. Not to mention the bugs. I got killed a couple times because the enemies would spawn inside objects like a fucking car. making it so I couldn't kill them, but they could kill me. Hopefully this gets patched out soon. Maybe another patch could include better spawn time or rate to the enemies on that level, I guess. While we're on the subjects of glitches, holy moly, there are some wild ones. There's this glitch in the game where going to the church area where you meet May spawns these knives that are nowhere else in the game. From what I've seen, they're cut content, but honestly, this is like one of the few glitches that I like. The other being when walkers spawn in walls because of this glitch. So I'm gonna be a little sad when that stuff is patched out, but it's for the greater good, I guess. Another problem I had was lag. When playing, I'd always suffer from huge spikes. I don't know if it was just me, or if it was because I was recording and playing, equal bad playing experience, but it was super bad. For now, I'm just gonna say it was because of the stuff I did, since I do remember having a ton of custom stuff installed for Beat Saber, so maybe that's what's doing it, not to mention the side quest stuff. Either way, just thought I'd point it out. I don't want lag in game. Community thoughts. About the same day I started making this, I asked the community what their thoughts were on it. It seemed a lot of them liked it. I think there were a small few who either thought it was okay or didn't like it at all. I think the big deciding factor for most was just the content of the update. There's one pretty mixed part about the community though, the ending. Some people liked the ending as it was kind of a teaser for what's to come up in future updates. Others, on the other hand, thought it was abrupt. I mean, you literally climb down a ladder, grab a note card and a piece of paper, then boom, Aftershocks is done. So I get where people are coming from. It's important to note though that this was a more dumbed down version of the responses. I'll link the post that I made asking about it in the description, since the responses were a little bit more complex than that. Also, thanks for commenting on that post. You guys were really helpful. Especially you, the Burf. Now I know the lever action is not a shotgun. For real though, I literally assumed it was a shotgun just because of how it shoots. Bullet, but I understand now, thank you. Final verdict. Overall, the update is pretty good. I feel like personally, I may have set the bar a little too high, especially with the speculation behind it and other stuff involving the game. I remember talk of new weapons, a new trap system, some scope ideas, etc. I'm glad that even after all that, I'm still surprised with all the stuff that happened. My only hope is that I see some more content like this later on. More refined, of course. And well, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you checking out our content again. Of course, if you have any criticism, whether it be editing, vocals, or just gameplay wise, please let me know. Please. I will be working on challenges again soon. Those will feature the Aftershocks DLC as well. The next challenge I want to do actually was suggested by Shax True. I hope that I'm pronouncing that right. They suggested that whenever you use a weapon once, you can't use it again. So I'd have to look around for a different weapon to use. I might add one more limitation to it though. Instead of being able to craft an infinite amount of one-use weapons, I can only craft and use the one weapon. And that's all. I kill someone with a shiv, that's it. I can't ever use a shiv again. Headshot somebody with a pistol, can't use any other pistol anymore. I feel like that would make it extra challenging. Also, I hate myself, so that's why I'm gonna make it hard. The final thing I have to say is check out mine and my friend's playthrough of Deltarune Chapter 2.
Flourish under the warm bosom. Great. Boob jokes. Boob.
Here we go.
Touch
Boob
my
jokes?
boobas.
Okay.
It's a booty, Amber.
Oh,
It's a
34.
bosom.
What?
Bosom
No,
is
a
booty.
bosom is boobs.
This shit is going on YouTube, dear God.
Google this, Amber.
How do you not know what that means?
Bosom.
Bosom is not butt.
Dylan, really?
Yeah, what the
Dylan, really?
Bosom is not.
you? We gotta
I'm
bring you
gonna
to
look it up.
I literally
I'm
did.
gonna
This is
look it up.
boobs. What are you talking? What? All my life, I thought bosom meant ass.
You need to go suck on some titties,
And I
bro.
find out while playing Deltarune Chapter 2 that it means boobies.
You need to go suck on some
Bosom.
titties.
Noun, a woman's chest.
Oh my
Similar
God,
butt,
bro.
chest, breast. Are you
The
fucking
chesticles? You don't
I'm
know
just
what
gonna.
testicles?
Bosom.
Just pick Parrish, bro.
No, big parish. Get out of here. Bosom. We basically play through the game cracking jokes and voice acting the characters. I think it deserves way more views than it gets. Plus, it also gives you guys a look at a less scripted version of us. Other than that, take care everybody.